Hello everyone, welcome to your FPL station with your boy Cine. We're just going to look at the game week 3 fixtures, and we'll take a look at the best captain picks. We'll take a look at the best players to buy into your team, especially if you've got 2 free transfers, and also we'll take a look at the best defense and the best attack to actually go for the players. So we're looking at teams with the worst defense and looking at teams with the best attack playing against each other and making an informed decision on which ones to go with. So I'm just going to look at data from Fantasy Football Scouts, and we are going to bring out important data, sift through it, clean the data, and come up with what we actually need to make informed decision on the right players to go for in game week 3 with regards to the fixtures. Like here, we can see the fixtures that we've got Arsenal playing Manchester City. We know Arsenal's defense is a bit weak, and I'll talk more about that in the later part of the video. We know Manchester City's attack is quite good. They actually scored, I think it was 5 goals in the last game. I think that was against Norwich, so Norwich also got a really bad defense. We've got Brighton versus Everton, and I think Everton has been quite good. The attacking numbers, we'll go a bit into that in the later part of the video. Newcastle, Southampton, I'm not touching that too much, but Newcastle's got one of the worst defensive record as we speak now from the last 2 games they've played to start the season. Norwich versus Leicester City. We know Norwich also got a bad defense, and Leicester is a bit wobbly. The attack is quite okay, not too bad. An amazing attack is West Ham. So Crystal Palace have got a good defense, quite okay. Not letting a lot of goals. A little bit of metrics have actually looked at data in regards to Crystal Palace defense, and I'll go into that. So Burnley, Leeds. Okay, that's another one where we see Burnley's defense is also really terrible. So Leeds is a team to actually look at. The attack, Leeds attack is not amazing, but I think they can match Burnley. And head-to-head between Burnley and Leeds, and I made my decision also based on that. And we've got Tottenham versus Watford, Wolves versus Manchester United. So these are things we're going to actually look at. So the defensive statistics. So what we are looking at: Arsenal, looking at Newcastle, Norwich, and Burnley. And what we're taking into consideration, the data we're looking at are the shots conceded, on target, the headed goal attempts, and the expected goals conceded. We're looking at, you can see here I've put the black to represent the shots conceded, and the red and the white and the green. You can see that on the graph that's been plotted here. You can see the one with the highest shots conceded is Burnley. So they've got over 40 shots conceded in the last 2 games. And this is all shots conceded, including those in the box. So it's very important to understand that Burnley is the team that allows a lot of shots against them. And this is good for any team that's playing against them this weekend. And I'll go into that a bit more. Now, the next point we're actually looking at, the next data we're looking at is shots on target. So now, the shots conceded, the sum on target, who's got the highest shots on target? And again, is Burnley. It's past 10, so it's over about 13 or so shots on target against Burnley. And followed by, you can see that the next 2 online are Newcastle and Norwich. So Newcastle and Norwich 10 on the dot. So they've conceded 10 shots on target against them, and that could tell you that they allow this amount of shots. It's possible that 1 or 2 goals can come against them. They're allowing too many. They're the highest amongst the ones I looked at today. We've got Arsenal here. Arsenal is about 8 shots. So it's Burnley, Newcastle and Norwich in regards to shots conceded, then Arsenal, then headed goal attempt. So this is the amount of opportunities you give to the opposition team to actually head towards your goal post. And topping that again is Burnley. So Burnley, that's headed goal, that's the white bit. Burnley again is allowing over 10 headed goals towards their goal post. So if you've got a striker that's really good on the air, you can actually score a lot of goals against Burnley, because they've allowed 10 in the last 2 games, which is really bad. I think followed by Newcastle, Arsenal, then Norwich. Then the next one, expected goals conceded. Again, you can see that Burnley and Newcastle are like chasing each other for expected goal conceded, and Arsenal is also close by. Norwich is not too bad, but at the end of the day, this stats are really good to tell you these are the teams that are the worst. They've got the worst defensive record for the first 2 games that have been played so far. So if you're gonna target these teams, look at the attacking potential of the team they play against, and then target them based on that. So based on these statistics that I actually did, I came up with the worst or the bad defense, the teams with the bad defense, the baddest, the worst defense. Honestly, that will give you some points if you play against them. Don't go for the defenders, go for the attackers that play against them. So now let's take a look at the list I actually came up with now. Team with a bad defense to target. The teams that I'm telling you to target for Game Week 3 are as follows: Burnley, Norwich, Newcastle, and Arsenal. So these are the teams that actually you should target. You should target the defense. Attacking statistics. We've got Man City, Everton, Southampton, Leicester, West Ham, Leeds, Spurs, and Manchester United. These are the teams that I've looked at, looking at Fantasy Football Scouts data to pick as the best attacking teams. And this is not in the right order. I just used them, picked 4 criteria that are really important to me, that I feel are actually very important in determining how attacking the team is, which is goal attempts, shots on target, shot accuracy, and expected goals. Now, starting with goal attempt, we can see that clearly on this chart. The team with the best goal attempt is West Ham, with the black bit showing here. So West Ham has got almost 40 in this rating here, goal attempts. Then the next is Man City. You can see West Ham, Man City, then I think followed by Everton. You've got Manchester United, you've got Leeds, and you've got Spurs. Now, shots on target, the team with the highest shots on target in the last 2 games, you can see clearly is West Ham. West Ham has outshone everybody so far in this last 2 games. So they want to actually take a very big look at. Then, shot accuracy, you can see the team with the best shot accuracy is Everton. So they don't get too many shots, but the shots they get, they actually are more on point than the rest of the teams. The rest of the teams I've listed here. The expected goals, the one with the highest expected goals again goes back to West Ham. Then we've got Man City, they've got Everton. So this stats has shown me that they show me the 3 or the 4 best attacking teams here, and I'm going to expose that to you in the next slide. The best attack to target are West Ham, Manchester City, and Everton. So this is the 3 best attack from the data I actually analyzed in the previous slide. Now showing that West Ham shots on target on point. The XG is actually really good, and Manchester City the same, and also Everton has topped in regards to shot accuracy. So they're the ones that they take the least shot among these 2, but the shots are way more on target than the rest of them, are more accurate than the rest of them. So these are the 3 teams you actually need to target. So now looking at these teams and the teams they're actually playing against, if you see them, you can compare. If you've got a team with one of the worst defense playing the team with one of the best attack, then it should tell you that you should go full on the attack for that team. But so far, West Ham United play Crystal Palace. So Crystal Palace defense is not that bad. Manchester City play Arsenal, and I'd say Manchester City's attack. Manchester City attack is good, like we've seen, and Arsenal's defense is not great. One of the worst. In my list, it was the fourth worst defense on the list that I actually showed you in that slide. So it will be a good one to go for Man City attackers, but the problem is that Man City is full of rotation. You can't tell which player is going to play. Is it going to be Ferran Torres, Mahrez, Sterling, Jesus, Grealish? We don't know who Pep is going to start with, and I just have a tiny bit of stats that might sway Pep towards a certain player, which I'll show you very soon. Keep watching this video. If you like what you've seen so far, subscribe, like, leave a comment, and press that notification button so you can always receive notifications when I post videos. I'm going to try to post this kind of videos where I actually do a bit of data analysis, pick up the data, the raw data I get from all the sites like Fantasy Football Scout, and carry out my own analysis and my own predictions in regards to the best options for you based on the analysis I've made. So it's more like doing my best to give you informed decisions. So subscribe and like, and more of this will come your way. Thank you. The attack based on the opposition. Remember I told you we did this analysis to see the teams that are the worst defense and the best attack, and trying to see how we could pair them to pick the best players or the best team to actually target their players. So I came up with this: the attack based on the opposition. Let's go there. So best attack based on their opposition is Leeds, right? Bad defense, Burnley. Good attack, Leeds. Another reason why I say go for Leeds players is their head-to-head. And the last two games, the previous games, the head-to-head last games that Burnley played with Leeds won the game 4-0 and 1-0. So Burnley has not even scored Leeds at all. So Leeds defenders could be actually a good pick for this week. Also, a player to actually look at is Harrison. Harrison in the last game where Leeds won 4-0, he had a goal and 2 assists. In the game where Leeds won 1-0, it was a Bamford's penalty. So now Leeds is playing Burnley. So Burnley's defense is really bad. Burnley's got the worst when it comes to headed goals. Burnley's got the worst when it comes to shots on target. Burnley's got the worst when it comes to the amount of shots they actually accept against them, because the defense is really bad. So Burnley versus Leeds, go for Leeds players. I'm going to look for ways to get, if you can get Bamford, get Rafinha, even get Harrison, you never know. So go for Leeds players. Dallas might be a good shout. This is my recommendation to you. The best attack based on their opposition, from what I've analyzed for game week 3, is Leeds. Simple. We're going to have a look at the best, players to actually, bring into your team for this game week 3. They can actually be good for game week 4 and the rest. And also, we're looking at these players as potential captains. And then I'm going to give you reasons why you should look at these players as your captains, and not just following the crowd or following Twitter or following YouTube. Actually looking at data, eye testing, and seeing that these players are actually really, really good in regards to the teams they're actually playing against. They're the potential best captains and best picks. If you don't have them as your captains, you should have them in your team. So let's go. You'll be shocked and amazed at maybe one of the players I'm going to actually pick. So let's see. Okay, now we're going to go. The first player, popular demand, Antonio. This is the man for this game week 3. This is the captain. I'm begging you. Antonio is the captain. Let's look at his stat. The final third successful passes. So in the final third, 10.47 successful passes in the final third. Goal attempts, 5.48 goal attempts. That is amazingly high. In the last 2 games, he's made 5.48 goal attempts. Do not sleep on Antonio. The minutes per chance, 16.2 minutes per chance. So every 16.2 minutes is over 90 minutes. He's creating it. He's actually taking a chance, taking a shot, going into the right positions, position yourself for shots, position yourself for headers. So he's one of the best. This is like in a game of 90 minutes, you can divide 90 by 16. That's over. I don't want to go into the maths here, but that is a lot of time. That's a lot of time. In 30 minutes, he's almost having 2 chances in 30 minutes. 2 chances. That's in 90 minutes. You're gonna have over 4 chances. No, sorry. What am I saying? 4 chances in 60 minutes. Another 2 chances. 2 chances in the next 30 minutes. So you're gonna have over 6 chances. That's why his goal attempt is 5.48. Do not sleep on Antonio. Minutes per shot on target, 29.7. That's every 30 minutes he takes a shot on target in his last 2 games. Expected assists is low at 0.13. He's more of a goal scorer. His expected goals are 1.22 per game. So in the last 2 games, his potential is to score a goal at least. And in the last game, he's got 2 goals. He might be one to score 3 goals against Crystal Palace. Now let me look a little bit of data here in regards to head-to-head. So West Ham United head-to-head with Crystal Palace. The last game was 2-3. Crystal Palace actually lost the game. West Ham won it 3, and this was against Crystal Palace in Crystal Palace home. And it was Souček that scored 2 goals. Antonio assisted, and Craig Dawson scored with Bowen assisted. Then in the game before that, it was West Ham 1, Crystal Palace 1. That's Hala and Benteke. I think Crystal Palace have won one of the games. It's Crystal Palace have won 2 games, 2 previous games in the last 4. And West Ham has won 1, but West Ham and Crystal Palace are not on the same level right now. Crystal Palace is a team that's actually trying to adapt to a new manager. Well, kudos to Patrick Vieira is doing well in regards to making them still strong defensively. They've not scored a goal yet, so this is a game that could be 3-0 with Antonio hat-trick. You heard it here. So, Captain Antonio, that's what I'd say. Then the next player we're going to actually look at here is Dominic Carver Lewin, right? Now, I'm going to go head-to-head, then we go talk about Dominic Carver Lewin. So, head-to-head, Everton Brighton 0-0. Everton's won one of the games 4-2. I think it was James Rodriguez scored a brace, Calvert-Lewin scored a goal, and Yarimina scored 1. There was another one where Everton won 1-0. Richarlison scored with Luka Digne actually assisting. Then we got one where Brighton won 3-2. So out of 4 games, Everton's won 2. They've drawn 1 and Brighton has won 1. It's going to be a cagey game because Brighton is actually really good this season so far. They're not the worst defense, so Everton's got a really good attack. That's why I didn't mention Everton as the best option. That's why I went for Leeds. So Everton's got a good attack, and Brighton has got a good defense, quite okay defense. So it's not going to be a game that I'd see Dominic scoring too many goals. If he does score maybe a goal, he's one to actually look because he takes penalties, so you could look at him as your captain. But in this game, I'm not too certain of Everton really running crazy against Brighton. So it's one to someone you actually will look to put in your team, but maybe not captain. Then the last player is gonna shock you. All right, let's go. The last player. Okay. Sip. I told you, wait till the end of this. Are you waiting? Okay, let's go. The last player is Sterling. I know you would not expect Sterling to be the one, but yeah, it's Sterling. I'm going to tell you why. You see that bit where I say form against Arsenal? 3 goals in 4 games. In the last 4 games that Man City played against Arsenal head-to-head, the first one was a 1-0. The most recent one is 1-0, where Mahrez was the one that assisted Sterling. It was 1-0. City beat Arsenal in the Emirates. Then the previous one, City also beat Arsenal. It was another 1-0, and it was Sterling again. Then the only one that Arsenal won 2-0, Aubameyang scored a brace. Before that game, City won 3-0, and Sterling also scored in that game. So the last 4 meetings, City has won. City has won how many? How many City won? 3. Arsenal won 1, and Sterling has scored 3 in the last 4. This is the major reason I have Sterling here. Forget the metrics I've looked at, where obviously final third successful passes 20.59. That is really high. It's higher than Antonio and Dominic Carver Lewin. But the main reason I have Sterling here, that I've picked him for you to actually put in your team, that's if Pep starts him. And I'm thinking that Pep will be persuaded to start him because Sterling is always on form against Arsenal. It's like Arsenal is his game, it's his food. He actually makes his mark against Arsenal. So I would say the likelihood that Sterling is going to start on the left for Man City is very high. It's 0.75%, because in 4 games he scored 3 goals. So 75% chance that Sterling starts for Man City, and we will know that because the game is the first game, 12:30. I never really fancy all those early kickoff because sometimes it never goes as planned. But Sterling's one, if you even look to captain him, he would be a differential if you look to captain. I've not got Sterling, I've got Mahrez in my team, and I'm going to wait to see if Mahrez plays. If Mahrez starts, then I leave him. Mahrez doesn't start, I'll have to take him out. So I'm waiting to see that lineup. So it's going to take a while for me to make my changes. That's basically the issue I'm having in regards to Man City players. I'll look to take them out at some point. And the biggest news of the day is CR7. Cristiano Ronaldo is back in the Premier League with Manchester United. What a roller coaster. Yesterday, I thought he was going to Man City. Then it was a dilly-dally, Sir Alex Ferguson just called his boy and said, you better go back to Manchester United. I do not want to see you on the blue side of Manchester. And Ronaldo had to just obey. He's the boss. And we've got Ronaldo back, and FPL is going to be exciting, don't you think? Because we've got so many premium players. I'm looking at Ronaldo around 13.5 to 14 million FPL price. I'll be shocked if it's less than that, because it's Ronaldo. Let's say maybe 13 or 12.5, maybe, just to cushion it, because it's 36 years old, and all of that. They might just say, okay, let's, because 14 would be really high. But yeah, it could be 14, it could be 13, but there'll be a lot of like confusion in the FPL community, which is quite interesting, because now you don't look to only Salah and what's his name, Salah and Fernandes or Bruno. Now we've got Ronaldo taking penalties. We've got Lukaku. So we've got Lukaku premium, Kane premium, Salah premium, Fernandes premium, Ronaldo premium. We got 5 now. KDB, sorry, I forgot that because he's injured. 6 premium players, all around 11 to 12 million. It's going to be so difficult to get 4 or 3 in your team. I think it's going to be like a lot of people are going to have different players in their team. There's not going to be one template for anyone, basic template where everyone would actually copy. It just has to be what you think and who you think is going to play. And there's going to be a lot of no one player is going to stay from the beginning to the end of the season. Salah's not going to be my team forever. I'm looking to even take him out this week for the next 2 game weeks, but it all depends on a lot of things. I'm not too sure. Looking at Son, not too sure. Looking at Son and captain or Antonio, but I'm more like moving towards Antonio being the captain. And if I get Antonio, I'm not going to be too worried about getting Son into my team, because Son's got like a little hamstring issue, but he actually played in the Europa match on was it Wednesday. I think he played about 20-25 minutes. He came in for Kane or so yeah, that's it for me today. I'll keep you posted when next I'm going to shoot another video. Interesting, and I hope you guys love it and you would actually subscribe. A lot of you watch my videos but do not subscribe. I really appreciate if you actually do subscribe. It actually helps me go up the ranking. It helps people actually notice me. I think the next video I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can actually do a very quick one tomorrow, Saturday, and tell you what how many what points I reached on game with 2 and the players I'm actually thinking to bring on. It might be a live, I don't know, but just stay tuned, and really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. It's your boy Cine signing out. Boom.